been waiting on this man's downfall, so you guys will have to excuse me because I really, really, really have to talk my shit right now. There have been so many instances of him being extremely problematic, and another part of the Cher interview that a lot of people aren't talking about. Let's watch it together and then we'll get into it.
Because I'm wondering, there's this pretty well-worn track with y'all, which is men are attracted to your sparkliness, and then they're with you, and then they're super threatened by your sparkliness. What's a mystery to me is like he didn't have any interest in you, but yet he was very jealous and didn't want anyone else to have you. Do you think he was protecting his financial interests or his like heart interest?
No, not his heart and interest by that time.
So it's just more like you were his whole business, and he wanted to keep you just doing that business.
Yeah, and also he couldn't do it without me.
Well, clearly, yeah. You did it
You were
without
the
him,
whole
as it
thing.
turned
One
out.
thing you absolutely have to know about misogynistic men is that they cannot fucking help themselves, okay? They will be misogynistic every single chance that they get. I screenshotted this word on purpose because this is our misogynistic word of the day with Dax Shepard. When he uses sparkliness to refer to that quality that Cher or other women have that men are attracted to, you need to understand that even though what he's saying sounds feminist and sounds like it's bashing the men, there is a very intentional insult that is hiding here in the word sparkliness. First of all, the proper term would be sparkle, okay? Sparkle. Men are attracted to your sparkle. Sparkliness is giving, I wanted to take an already demeaning term and make it sound even more childish and even more made up. I don't know how to explain this to you guys, but this is very intentional, and maybe not intentional as in conscious, but the goal, the intention of a misogynist is always to be misogynistic. So when they speak, these kinds of things come out like they can't help it. Whenever he says men are attracted to your sparkliness, the word that he's really looking for is power. Okay? So to call Cher's power the thing that men were actually attracted to her for, it was her power, it was her pull, it was her relevance, it was her ability to command a room, etc. To call such things sparkliness is extremely condescending and misogynistic. Because if this were a man he were sitting across from, he would have, I fucking promise you with 100% certainty, he would have never used the word sparkliness, and he would have used the word power. Oh, do you find that women are attracted to how powerful they think you are? Guarantee you that would have been the case. So the fact that this man is sitting here talking to Cher about her sparkliness, and I know y'all can see her bristling against that term, like, did you really just say sparkliness? She knew she was going to have to pick her battles on this podcast, so she addressed this in the best way that she could, and I think she addressed it in the most helpful way. But when you come across shit like this, don't be afraid to ask these men to define the terms. What does sparkliness mean? Because at the end of the day, it's such an insufficient way to describe the quality that Cher has, that these abusive, controlling men, again, would have been attracted to. That quality, again, would have been her power, would have been her money, would have been her success. Men are not ever after sparkliness. They're attracted to how other people feel about you. Takes one to know one, by the way. And the fact that the combination of him asking that question, but then using the word sparkliness to describe that quality that makes Cher such a catch, especially to men who are looking to take advantage. And again, these things may seem innocuous, and that's why they do it. They say this shit so that there's plausible deniability. No, I just meant sparkliness. It's like, you have this great personality, you have da da da. No, what Cher has is a fucking hard work ethic, a powerful personality, the ability to communicate. What Cher has is the actual attention that Sonny wanted. You'll notice which one of them is still relevant today. He was attracted to her power, status, and irrelevance. He was really trying to monkey branch his way into the entertainment business, and he was using Cher in order to do that. And that's why he felt the need to control her and abuse her and all this stuff, was because he wasn't trying to take away her sparkliness. He was trying to take away her power. He really thought like men who are powerless losers who know that they're not really going anywhere in life will often latch onto, like a parasite, a happy, healthy, successful, powerful woman. And what they really want to do is destiny swap with you. That's why Sonny really wanted to have a show together with Cher. He was hoping that one day he was going to squeeze her out of the entertainment industry altogether, and she would never be the wiser. And she would never be able to claw her way back in, and then he would take hold and he would stay there. It's exactly what Dax is trying to do with Kristen. He's trying to so hard to use her as a stepping stool. That's why he always needs to nag her, put her down, whatever, so that she will be comfortable with him stepping on her, because she really thinks that that's her place. She really thinks that that's normal. She really thinks that she's not worth that much, and that all she has is this vague sparkliness that men and other people are attracted to, when in reality what these women have is so much more. That's why these men just can't help themselves but to latch on and try to benefit from that quality. Delusional as they are, they never want to work on themselves. They just want to use women as stepping stools. And again, considering the multitude of ways that Dax has done this in the past and has continued to do this to Kristen, where he nags her, downplays her accomplishments, writes her bad parts for movies, talks about how much he low-key hates her and is jealous of her. When I tell you that misogynistic men cannot help themselves, do you know why? Because misogyny does you no good when it's all cooped up inside. How are you going to nag women? How are you going to convince women that you're better than them? How are you going to plant the seeds of self-doubt in women so that they can never leave you? How are you going to do any of that unless you let it out? And I swear to you, these men know what they're doing. They want to see your facial expression change when they say some stupid shit like this. They want you to question yourself like, wait, did he really just say sparkliness when he clearly means my success and my drive and my ambition? Did he really just say that? Can I call him out on it? And the worst part is, you can call him out on it, but he'll immediately be like, oh, no, yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Or he's going to say, well, that's just how I see it. I just see it as this beautiful sparkliness that you girls have. And he'll use some term like girls or females. He'll keep doing it. Every time he's forced to like concede, he's going to throw another little thing in there that you would again have to ask yourself, okay, am I going to really call him out for this next thing? Because he seemingly justified his first take, but within that justification, there was another misogynistic thing. He is banking on the fact that you won't call him out. He's banking on the fact that women have been pressured to be so palatable, so polite, so self-deprecating that all of this stuff is just going to roll off their back like water off a duck. And again, misogynistic men know that it does take a toll. They know that humbling women in this way creates a type of gaslighting and self-doubt, especially if the woman is not privy or wise to these tricks, which is why I want you to be privy and wise to their tricks. They know that it's actually going to wear on you. They know that it's actually going to cause you to doubt yourself a little bit and be like, oh, is it really just sparkliness this whole time? It also like distills all of her accomplishments down to like a physical attribute. So ladies, I just want you to know that when men do stuff like this, when they have these little misspeaks, or when they like say something, you're like, huh, that sounded weird, that sounded belittling, that sounded infantilizing, that sounded like he's trying to minimize my accomplishments. He absolutely is. Because men like this can only be powerful in a room where women don't feel powerful, where women feel minimized and weak. And so that's what he's always trying to do. Men like this hate to see a confident woman who is grounded in her accomplishments and her successes coming. They hate to see her coming. And so they're going to try to get out ahead of it and distill her accomplishments and all of her hard work down to some bullshit like it's your sparkliness that men are attracted to. If this man ever has no haters, it's because I have passed away. Stay safe out there, ladies. I love you so much. Godspeed. Mwah.